Hey guys, welcome back to Nittani Draws. I'm Nittani. I'm going to do the second video for the artist way now. The first couple of things are all basically just introduction sort of stuff. I'm worried about my computer being open back there. The first chapter, well, I guess it's kind of two chapters. It doesn't really get into the weeks, but I guess technically it's two chapters here. The first two chapters are the basic principles, and the second is the what do they call it? She has a lot of terminology to get used to. The basic tools. So for the principles section, I have some stuff that I've done some highlighting on. Sorry, that heater is getting just a little too hot. So under the principles, we have, so I'll read the principles first, I suppose, and after I read the principles, then I will go back and talk about some of the quotes that I enjoyed from this section. Okay, so the principles are, number 1, creativity is the natural order of life. Life is energy, pure creative energy. Number 2, there is an underlying, indwelling creative force infusing all of life, including ourselves. Number 3, when we open ourselves to our creativity, we open ourselves to the Creator's creativity within us and our lives. Number 4, we are ourselves creations, and we in turn are meant to continue creativity by being creative ourselves. Number 5, creativity is God's gift to us. Using our creativity is our gift back to God. Number 6, the refusal to be creative is self-will and is counter to our true nature. Number 7, when we open ourselves to exploring our creativity, we open ourselves to God, good orderly direction. Number 8, as we open our creative channel to the Creator, many gentle but powerful changes are to be expected. Number 9, it is safe to open ourselves up to a greater and greater creativity. Our creative dreams and yearnings come from a divine source. As we move toward our dreams, we move toward our divinity. So that's number 10. Okay, so those are the basic principles, and they are the beginning steps of getting started on this journey. Here are the quotes that I found interesting in this section of the book. Found on page 2, leap and the net will appear. And I kind of want to get that put on my wall or something, because that just feels really like smart, you know? I've never been put into a situation at this point in my life that I wasn't able to somehow weasel my way out of. So far, that's true. And I feel like that's probably a good thing to remember every once in a while, because a lot of the time I don't. And that's probably not a good thing. On page 4, the same tools used over a long period of time can alter the trajectory of a lifetime. And that's under the subsection, how to use this book for your creative recovery. And I think that this little section I want to read, because I think it's really, really important that we talk about why we're doing this and what this book can do for us. So here's the section. There are a number of ways to use this book. Most of all, I invite you to use it creatively. This section offers you a sort of roadmap through the process with specific ideas about how to proceed. Some students have done this course solo. Others formed circles to work through the book together. In the back of the book, you'll find guidelines about doing the work in groups. No matter which way you choose, the artist's way will work for you. First, you may want to glance through and get a sense of the territory covered. Each chapter includes essays, exercises, tasks, and a weekly check-in. Don't be daunted by the amount of work it seems to entail. Much of it is really play, and the course takes little more than an hour a day. When I'm formally teaching, I suggest students to set a weekly schedule. For example, if you're going to work Sunday to Sunday, begin by reading the chapter of the week on Sunday night. After you've read the chapter, speed right through the exercises. The exercises in each week are critical, so are the morning pages in Artist Date. You probably won't have time to complete all tasks in a given week. Try to do about half. Know that the rest are there for use when you're able to get back to them. In choosing which half of the tasks to do, use 2 guidelines. Pick the one that appeals to you and those that you strongly resist. Leave the more neutral ones for later. Just remember in choosing that we often resist what we most need. In all, make a time commitment of about 7 to 10 hours a week, an hour a day, or slightly more if you choose. This modest commitment to using the tools can yield tremendous results within 12 weeks of this course. So it's a significant time crunch that you have to use while doing this, but it's important. I don't know how many times I can say that because I just keep word vomit. Okay, number 7, page 7. The thing that I thought was cool on page 7 was, without this creative moistening, we may remain barren. We must allow the bolt of pain to strike us. Remember, this is useful pain. Lightning illuminates. That's kind of how I felt about halfway through Inktober. Okay, now I'm on the basic tools section now, and that section begins on page 9. The first section is about morning pages, and morning pages summarized is when you wake up in the morning, throw word vomit onto a piece of journal paper, and then do it for 3 pages. That's it. It doesn't matter what you put on the page. It doesn't matter. You can write whatever you want. Even if you're a writer, even if you're a musician, even if you're a visual artist like I am, it doesn't matter what you write. Just write something on the page. Fill 3 pages. Period. You can write, I don't know what to write, I don't know what to write, I don't know what to write 100 times and fill 3 pages. Whatever it is that you need to do in order to fill those 3 pages. That's literally it. There's a whole bunch of really, really great things that she has to say about morning pages, but basically the summarization is there is no wrong way to do morning pages, and she even says that on page 10. There's no wrong way to do morning pages. Number 11, page 11, sorry. I keep saying number 11. Page 11. We are victims of our own internalized perfectionist, a nasty internal and eternal critic, the censor, who resides in our left brain and keeps up a constant stream of subversive remarks that are often disguised as the truth. Jesus, really? Calm down. He's going to town on that bone. Morning pages are non-negotiable. Never skip or skimp on the morning pages. Your mood doesn't matter. Probably a good thing to remember. Page 13. It may be useful for you to think of the morning pages as a form of meditation. Wally, calm down. Page 16. Everyone has a direct dial to God. No one needs to go through an operator. I thought that was a good quote. All right, and then the second tool in our arsenal as creative people who are blocked is the artist date, and it's very, very important that you make a commitment once a week to taking yourself on a little artist date. This week I took myself out to get my nails done, and I got my hair cut, and I did my eyebrows, and I got new glasses on the way. They're not here yet, but they should be here soon. And I got fitted for contacts. That's what I did with my artist date. And I know that sounds kind of silly, but it's exciting because these are things that I don't normally do for myself, and I wanted to, and so I finally did. The way she defines the artist date, she says, but what exactly is an artist date? An artist date is a block of time, perhaps 2 hours a week, especially set aside and committed to nurturing your creative consciousness, your inner artist. In its most primary form, the artist date is an excursion, a play date that you pre-plan and defend against all interlopers. You do not take anyone on this artist date, but you and your inner artist, aka your inner creative child. That means no lovers, friends, spouses, children's, no taggers on of any stripe. And I have gone on to define this as not my dog either, because he's a train wreck. If you think this sounds stupid or that you will never be able to afford the time, identify that reaction as resistance. You cannot afford not to find the time for the artist dates. And you don't have to do expensive stuff. You can literally go for a walk. You can bring your sketchbook and go draw something in the woods. You can go out for ice cream. I mean, literally $1 little things that you can do. I remember when my husband and I were working through this when we were kids, we went on artist dates. We kind of went together, but not really. We rode in the same car, but we lived in Ann Arbor at the time and we were broke. So we jumped in the car together and we drove to a section of Ann Arbor and we just went our separate ways from there. I took myself to a museum, which was free admission. They just took like a $5 donation or something. And I went and looked at the art, and he went and sat in this really funny like park area thing where there were local musicians performing and busking, and it was really cool. So it doesn't have to be expensive. It can just be something fun that makes you happy, or it can be something very educational, or it can be something that's just sitting at the library and looking at books that you're interested in, or you can go get your nails done, or you just something that's fun and creative and interesting and makes your inner child go wee. So page 21 has my next favorite quote. The artist brain is the sensory brain, sight and sound, smell and taste, touch. These are the elements of magic, and magic is the elemental stuff of art. I love that. Even just the quote, magic is the elemental stuff of art, I love. So, and then the grand finale of the basic tools is the artist contract, which all of us must sign and date, etc. So I want you to take this as my version of the artist contract because I am saying it right here for all of the internet to see. Wally, calm down. Big deep breath, baby. He's so obnoxious. Oh my God. Wally. I, Brittany Copley, understand that I am undertaking an intensive, guided encounter with my own creativity. I commit myself to the 12-week duration of the course. I, Brittany Copley, commit to weekly reading, daily morning pages, a weekly artist date, and the fulfillment of each week's tasks. I, Brittany Copley, further understand that this course will raise issues and emotions for me to deal with. I, Brittany Copley, commit myself to excellent self-care, adequate sleep, diet, exercise, and pampering for the duration of the course. So that is my signature, signed and dated right there on the internet. So that concludes episode 2 of The Artist Way, going through the tools and the principles that are important. So yeah, that's what's up. I don't even know what to talk about at this point, other than to say that I'm really excited to be doing this again. I cannot believe how loud he is chewing on that, and I am so sorry. Oh my God. Wally. Stop. Guys, it's late. I'm gonna go to bed, but I wanted to say bye to you all. And if you're interested in working through this book with me, I found my copy of it on half.com for about $5, $3 probably, honestly, but then there's shipping on top of it, so I would guess probably closer to $5. And a journal, which was one of mine from when I was a kid, and extra time. That's all I needed, was a copy of the book, a journal, and time, and a pen. So I highly, highly recommend you working through it. And if you choose to work through it, please leave some comments below or record a video response, because then it would be like we're talking to each other, and I would love that. That would be really cool. Otherwise, I hope that you found this to be a little bit interesting and exciting, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!